Welcome to the Ingress Insights podcast, hosted by PkmnTrainerJ. Ingress Insights is a podcast about the Niantic game Ingress. Listen each week for the latest news, updates and rumours. Let us know your thoughts by leaving a voice message or emailing us at the links in the show notes.
Additional intel available.
Hello agents and welcome to the 103rd episode of Ingress Insights. In this week's episode we're going over all the ongoing Plus Delta campaigns, as well as looking at the play boxes and what's happened with Machina, and then any other Ingress news that's come up in the meantime. So first of all, I'm going to go straight into the anomaly related news and what's going on with Plus Delta.
This is Jessica Jung, lead producer of Peridot, and you're listening to Ingress Insights.
The most recent global op for the Plus Delta Anomaly series has now started. So it started on July 19th and runs till August 3rd. And this is the Plus Delta campaign Reso, obviously for Resonator. The blurb for it says you've got to deploy or destroy Resonators, complete bounties, and earn Plus Delta tokens. And you do that by earning Plus Delta Reso points, which are different to Plus Delta tokens. So maybe it confuses some agents. I did cover this last time, but just to recap, in order to earn Plus Delta Reso points, deploying a level 8 Resonator will get you 10 points. Upgrading a Resonator with a level 8 Resonator will also get you 10 points. Owning a portal that receives a deployed or upgraded level 8 Resonator gets you 1 point, so if someone else upgrades yours. And destroying a Resonator of any level gets you 1 point. We do have the task list available, and if you complete 5 bounties, you can then move on to the next stage. There are 7 bounties that you can do in total. So for the first stage, you've got to deploy 160 Resonators, and that will get you 100 plus Delta tokens. And then deploying 300 Resonators will get you plus 100 Delta tokens. Destroying 160 Resonators will get you 100 tokens. Destroying 300 Resonators will get you an extra 100 tokens as well. And then creating 40 fields gets you 100 tokens. There are 2 bounties on here about earning the Plus Delta Reso Op points that I mentioned. The first one is earning 500 Plus Delta Reso Op points, and the second one is earning 1000 Plus Delta Reso Op points. At the moment, as I'm recording this, it's shown the Enlightened are just in the lead with 50.9% of the score for this campaign, with Resist being on 49.1. You can complete this and then get, obviously, another round the following day. Agents have reported that if you do another round, the ask for it increases 25% for each one. So you certainly need to do more and more on that to then get lots of Plus Delta tokens for yourself and then score some win for your team as well. Alongside this, there are 2 premium campaigns that are active. So these cost 30,800 CMU each. So there's the Reso Attacker, and the first task to do there is claiming 300 plus Delta Reso Op points, and that gets you 200 level 8 XMPs and 20 Hypercubes. If you earn 600 plus Delta Reso Op points, that would get you 10 level 8 Ultra Strikes and 60 level 8 XMPs. And then finally earning 1000 plus Delta Reso Op points gets you 20 level 8 Ultra Strikes and 30 level 8 XMPs. If you complete all the bounties in the Reso Attacker premium campaign, you then get 30 level 8 Ultra Strikes. And it just says unlock over 350 XM weapons is how they sell that. As I mentioned, there's an additional one as well, which is the Reso Builder premium campaign. Again, 30,800 CMU each. And for that one, the first task is to earn 300 plus Delta Reso Op points. That gets you 200 level 4 Resonators and 100 level 8 Resonators. Earning 600 plus Delta Reso Op points gets you 50 level 4 Resonators and 50 level 8 Resonators. And finally, earning 1000 plus Delta Reso Op points gets you 50 level 4 Resonators and 50 level 8 Resonators. If you complete all of those again, then you get an extra 100 level 8 Resonators. Again, all of these run until the 3rd of August at 11:59 PM local time. So I just want to go through some thoughts on these campaigns. For myself, I think I some of these campaigns as they're a bit shit, really. So obviously they cost 30,800 CMU, which seems to be Niantic's price they fixated on for this is a special thing, this is how much it costs. The problem is 30,800 CMU, you can't buy that amount in the store. The closest bundle I've got showing here in the UK is 32,000 CMU, and that costs £19.99, so £20. So are these items worth £20? No, obviously not. They'll just be items that you could hack and get anyway and earn through other methods, and the rewards seem to get worse the more points you get. So you get less and less of the items. Whether they've done that the wrong way around, I don't know, or whether they're thinking most people won't earn that many points in the campaign. Kind of get what they're trying to do, is they're trying to do the things and make the events more special. I know for things like the other former games that were under Niantic, now under Scopely, there's things like a community ticket that's £2. That's not too bad. People pick that up every now and again. And then you get some premium timed research tickets that are probably the closest equivalent to this. So looking on the Pokemon Go app at the minute, there's one available for £5. Obviously, that's like a quarter of what this is worth in CMU, and that gets you some nice little things. There's a pose that you can't get outside of that at the moment that you get. So, as I said before, something like a Plus Delta avatar or Plus Delta, I don't know, something, some kind of theme you could apply to the scanner maybe. But the things that you can hack anyway are not worth £20. So I think this is another no to this one, Niantic. Go back to the drawing board. The Plus Data Battle Pass didn't really work. This one, I don't think it's going to work either. We've got another 3 premium campaigns coming up in the next global op. Just have to see how they are, but I don't expect them to be any better. I don't plan on spending £20 on them, certainly. The final bit of Plus Delta news is that the play boxes for the Anomaly events on August the 16th have now been updated. So if you look on your Intel map, you'll see Malacca in Malaysia has been ornamented, and Portland, Oregon in the US has also been ornamented. And you'll be able to see the map on there, see where the portals will be, and plan things strategically if you are attending that event. I won't be attending that August event, but I may be attending one later in the year. But I'm glad that those are all up and ready now, so you can view them. People can make plans and get things ready on there. That's about it for Plus Delta news for this one. So I'll now move into just general Ingress news.
This is Alex Stam, technical artist, and you're listening to Ingress Insights.
Before I recorded last week's episode, the Machina had disappeared from the Ingress map and it's now returned. So not really much I can cover there. It went away, now it's come back. It was asked on Blue Sky whether Machina would make fields, but Brian Rose replied that, or Ingress replied, probably was Brian doing it anyway, to say that Machina isn't interested in fields. It was noted as one of the ways it might evolve in the future when it was initially out. If you've listened to my interview with Alex on episode 100, you'll know that he discussed that Machina has made some fields. I think it's 3 at the moment. And that just happens when it happens to link to portals within the same like millisecond and creates a portal there. So Machina can make fields, but it doesn't do it on purpose. Alongside this, last weekend was also Second Sunday, and as Machina had gone away, agents couldn't complete one of the missions on there, which is to reclaim 20 Machina portals, because it doesn't matter if Machina's decayed away, it needs to be one that you blow up and then take back. And Brian did mention something about that on Reddit when someone had raised a thread. So he said, I think this is kind of how we end up here. Second Sunday originally started because I wanted to give players another reason to go outside and play, not only for the players who already play Ingress every day, but also for new players and players who play Ingress every once in a while. If I can get these other players playing more often, trying out other parts of Ingress they might not already be playing, then maybe these players will play more and stick around longer. That was my goal because I want new players to feel welcome and for the player base to grow. But over time, some players ran out of nearby missions, so we added more optional options, as in or, not and. My thought was previously missions were the only method to earn a medal tick maybe in any given month. Some players might do AR scans if their phones support it, or reclaim Machina if there are any, or do missions, or get uniques. Machina resets on a set schedule because it grows unwieldy when unchecked. Machina was originally started to give players something to blow up because it's more fun to smash and capture than just deploy on neutrals, but it replaces the grey portal problem with the red one and makes it hard, not impossible, to make baths, trade-offs. I get the frustration and expletives thrown my way. I do read all your messages. I'm working on more scalable one-to-many way to reply. I love Ingress and want it to live forever, and I hope players know that everyone in the Ingress team cares so much about this community. Our team will discuss what changes we should make to the 2S bounties before the next one, and what it should do with Machina. Thanks all. So it's good to know that Brian is reading comments and checking the Reddit every now and again. He's been posting a little more since the move to Spatial, I think. Whether he was restricted before, I don't know. Whether he's just got more time now to check it on Reddit. But as you all know, I've been doing my second Sundays by doing scans and stuff. So fortunately this time I've banked some scans from somewhere I've been. So I should be all right for August 2nd Sunday. I just need to remember to pick up some extra ones so I'm ready for September and then do it that way. Obviously, I'd assume it won't change in the AR scans, but it may change something about Machina, and depending on when that goes away and comes back again. But the team are aware of the issues that there's no Machina for second Sunday, so hopefully they'll look into it and discuss it further and see what they can do. And if you've got any ideas, then obviously they can stick them on there and let people know. So it seems post on the Reddit if you are having issues, and the team may read it and may take action on it. I still don't think it's good as having the community forums, but I was a big advocate and user of the community forums. I know not everyone was. I did reply back to this about the one-to-many reply to say that Brian could come on the podcast if he wanted to. I've not heard back. I probably won't do, but always plan to reach out, so try and encourage him to do that. That's about all the Ingress news I've got for this week, agents. We don't have any Wayfarer Recon news coming up. Nothing's happened with it yet. I've been busy submitting things, but obviously nothing's happened. No one's reviewing. The only other interesting thing that I'll mention that happened before the end of the podcast is that Peridot, which is the other game Niantic Spatial own, they changed their logo in the last week on the startup screen. So they now show the Niantic Spatial logo rather than the Niantic one. So it might be something we get in Ingress's next app update, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. As I said, that's all I've got for now, so I'll move on to get things wrapped up.
This is Shimon, former community manager for the Witcher Monster Slayer, and you're listening to Ingress Insights.
Thanks, agents, for listening to this episode of Ingress Insights. Next week, we should have the Hank Johnson 2025 medal series. So who knows how many badges that'll be, as well as the Hank Johnson 2017 badge, coming out, and again being 30,800 CMU each. They come out on the 25th of July and they're in the store until the 29th of September, so plenty of time to get them on there. And then we'll also have a check-in, see what the scores are like on the campaigns that are both ongoing, and then just see what's next for Ingress. We may have an app update. We may get some details about how second Sunday will change. We may even start to get things for Q4, although I think it was a little bit early yet. But who knows what Ingress will bring and what the team will decide to do. Whatever they do, I'll cover it in the next episode. So hope you have a great day and happy hacking, agents. Thank you, agents, for listening to the latest episode of the Ingress Insights podcast. If you'd like to help the podcast out, you can do that in a few ways. So first of all, rating the podcast on the podcast service you're listening to is always a great help, as well as leaving any comments on YouTube or Spotify if you're able to do that if you're listening on those channels. Ingress Insights also has a merch store over at tpublic.com/user/ingress-insights, where you can pick up badges and pins and t-shirts with the Ingress Insights logo on, and a few other little bits. There's also the Ko-fi store page, which has previous episodes of the podcast if you want to download those. They'll be out in batches over the next few months. You can also follow us on social media. So the main one we use is Instagram, which is under the name ingress.insights. And we also have a Blue Sky and a Threads, which you can find linked on the show notes to follow on there. If you have any feedback or episodes you'd like to see, or bonus episodes, things you want to cover, or you want to come on and chat about your experience playing Ingress, do let me know. You can contact us via email as well. And the email address is just ingressinsights@gmail.com. So you can send us anything there, voice messages, things you want me to discuss in future episodes, or anything you think I've missed and need to cover next time. Thank you again for listening, agents. Hope you have a great day and happy hacking.
Intel package transferred.